Hello friends, and welcome to another Friday Pick a Card. Today is such an exciting day. First of all, it is the 1st of November, which is just crazy to think about. But yeah, we are getting closer to the end of 2019, and I'm sure a lot of you watching this and listening to this right now are really pleased to see the back end of 2019. The other exciting thing about today is the actual official launch of my 2020 forecast readings, which you can find all the information about that on my website. So please, I did send an email out yesterday to my subscribers email list, giving them first option, and I was so surprised. Within the first hour I had like 10 bookings, and there are only 20 bookings available. So those of you who are keen, please pop over to my website, go and see that information and get your booking in as soon as you possibly can. But today, that's not what you're here for. Today you are here for Pick a Card. Pick a card for the 1st of November. And today I am going to be using Oracle cards from the amazing Enchanted Map Oracle by Colette Baron Reid. I am also going to be using my charms. I love my charms. I haven't used them in a while, so we'll use the charms today as well. And then the tarot that I'm using is another new deck that I have, which is the Forest of Enchantment, which is, you're going to see it is just absolutely exquisite. So that is the cards that I'm using today, and I'm going to stick to the same kind of method that we've used in the last couple of weeks. So below me here now, you're going to see an image come up, which is going to show you bundle 1, bundle 2, bundle 3, and from there you're going to listen to your heart and soul. You're going to quieten yourself, close your eyes and just breathe. When you find yourself calm, you're going to open your eyes, you're going to have a look at the image, and you're going to decide which is the one that has the bundle that you want to hear, or the bundle that has the message that you need to hear right now. And then you can fast forward along to that part of the video, or if you're on my website, you can scroll down to bundle 1, bundle 2, bundle 3 and receive the bundle that you need. With love and blessings, friends, I do hope you get a good message today. Take care. So, right, those of you who are listening or watching me right now, you obviously chose bundle 1 as the bundle that has the message that you need to hear today. And yeah, let's get straight into it. Today I'm going to be using cards, Oracle cards from the amazing Enchanted Map by Colette Baron Reid. She is one of my favorite Oracle creators. I'm going to be using tarot from the awesome Forest of Enchantment tarot. And I am also going to be throwing in and using some of my, I don't know how to show this to you, some of my amazing charms as well. So we're hoping to get a nice detailed message. Right, so we're going to start, as always, with the Oracle. This is the deck. Quite a big deck as always. I'm going to give them a bit of a shuffle. I have given a proper shuffle before I actually started rolling with the camera. So this is really just to set the intention. And the intention today is guidance for the month ahead, guidance for what do we need to be aware of let's go for the balance of the year. Let's go straight through. I mean, we've only got, it's the 1st of November today, we've only got 2 months left. So what do you need to know for the balance of 2019? What is important? What is significant? What is 2019 going to bring for November and December? Right, so I think we have shuffled enough, and I'm going to take that one. And the card that came up for you, I'm hoping it'll focus, Spirit of Place. So I think, I'm not going to read the guidebook, and I must be honest and say with most of my Oracle decks, I have not read the guidebook. I let the little description, little word that's here, just intuitively guide me and direct. And you've got the Spirit of Place. I just look at that. Look at the seasons in the image there. I mean, obviously we're into autumn in the picture, and I know here in the southern hemisphere we're into spring, we're not into autumn. But look at, I love the can you see the butterfly wings on her eye there? Look at the background, look at the scenery. It is just absolutely exquisite. Even her little pixie ears. Let me hold it in the right place, her little pixie ears. It is just absolutely exquisite. So Spirit of Place, my interpretation, my understanding, and again, it's not textbook, it's purely based on Rene, is telling you that you need to be mindful of your present. You need to be aware of where you are at physically, where you are at, what's happening around you. Spirit of Place means that you are where you need to be. Or maybe you know where you need to be and you're not there and you need to get there, but it's all about location. And you know what they say in the classics, location, location, location. I'm going to take another one, right? And I never take jumpers. This one has jumped out, and as it jumped out, I thought, okay, it is relevant. Metamorphosis. So clearly 2019 for you has been a year of change. It has been a year of transmutation. It's been a year of going from one place, or from one energy to another, and becoming somebody completely different, becoming somebody completely different from where you've been in the past. So spirit of places, be aware, be mindful of exactly where you are, what you are, where you are, what you're dealing with, and understand the metamorphosis. You've got 2 months left in order to make a success of 2019. Remember, our intention here was, what do we need to know, what do we need to be mindful of for the balance of 2019? So there's change taking place, and maybe you're not where you need to be, which is why we have spirit of place. So it's telling you need to be mindful of where you needed to be, where you are, and do what you can. You've got 2 months left to make the relevant changes. Okay, so I'm now going to pick up my tarot deck. Look at the beautiful owls that we have on this deck. They are, oopsie, they are just absolutely exquisite. So again, they have had a thorough shuffling before I press the recorder button. So we're giving them a shuffle, and let's see what we get. So we're continuing with our theme. What do we need to know for the balance of 2019, considering we've been told that change is necessary? We are going through the metamorphosis, we're going through the change, and we need to be mindful whether we are at the place or in the place that we need to be, because we have the spirit of place. Right, shuffled enough. Turn them around so that you can see the backs of the cards, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to take one. I like that one over there. Take two, and because I'm greedy, I'm going to take that one over there. So we got three. Let me see what we've got. So the first one we have, Keeper of Visions, and it is this beautiful fish. Can you see it there? All right, Keeper of Visions, which is actually the King of Cups. I had to think about that. You also have the Ace of Challenges. The Ace of Challenges being our swords. So we've got the Ace of Swords, and then we have got another ace. So we've got the Ace of Spells, and Spells is our wand. So look at that gorgeous dragon. So right, so let me have a look at these three cards plus our two oracles here in front of me, and let's see if I can get the message. So Keeper of Visions, Keeper of Visions. Keeper of Visions, as I said to you, is the King of Cups, and the King of Cups is all about control, all about dominance, and dominance of emotion. So you are clearly an emotional person. You are clearly in an emotional place. Remembering the metamorphosis, remember the change and everything that's taking place. And you are trying so hard to be in control. Maybe what you're doing is you're so much in control that you're holding on too tightly. So maybe that's exactly what the Keeper of Visions is telling you, that you're holding on too tightly. You are maybe not going through the change enough. You're trying to hold on to the past. You're trying to hold on to what you know, what's familiar, what's comfortable. The fact that we've got these two aces. So aces is the first card, okay? So ace is the one, and you've got the one of, that one came up first, which is the One of Swords, and you've got the One of Wands. And your swords have got to do with your thinking. Your swords have got to do with your mind, your thinking, your outlook, your understanding. And your wands have got to do with your career and whatever it is that you do. It's your verb, it's your doing card. So, and the ace is all about new beginnings. It's about being independent, it's about being strong, it's about being courageous, but it's also about allowing new to take place. Okay. So you've got the two aces there. So it's telling you the metamorphosis, loving this, it's all coming together. The metamorphosis that you're going through is taking you to a different location, or it has brought you to a different location, or maybe it's just the way you look at things in a different way. And when we look at things in a different way, we see things we wouldn't ordinarily have seen. And that's exactly what the King of Cups is telling you. The King of Cups is telling you that where you are is perfect, where you are is beautiful, where you are is exactly what you need. Don't have different expectations. Be okay with where you're at, because where you're at is perfect. You have all these new beginnings, you have all these changes, you have all these opportunities right here in front of you. So don't let your mind, don't let your thinking, don't let your thoughts cloud your reality. Okay, I am really loving that. So for the balance, remember the thinking here, the idea here was the balance of 2019. And for the balance of 2019, I think what it's telling you with the two aces is don't get too stuck in your mindset. Don't get too stuck in doing what you've always done. Allow the change to happen. Allow the change to take place around you and just go with the flow. And I think that's why you got the fish. Just go with the flow. Right, so let's see what the charms want us to know. So I'm going to give them a bit of a mix and a shuffle without letting them jump out, and I'm going to grab just one. Let's see if I can show you what that is. Let's do that. Bring it to the front. You see, it's the little anchor. And what is the anchor telling you? What does an anchor do? An anchor keeps a huge big ship steady, safe, in one place. So spirit of place is telling you be mindful of where you're at, be mindful of what you have achieved, be mindful of where you've got to. There is still 2 months left of this year. There is still change to take place. There are still all the new ideas and the new things to do that you can do, that you need to be aware of. You are safe, you are secure, you've got the anchor. I don't know if I can hold it like that so that you can see it. You've got the anchor, you've got everything that you need. Okay, you are safe, you are secure. Be brave, be courageous. Don't hold on too tightly to allowing things or making things be the same as they always have. So friends, those of you who chose bundle 1, you've got some interesting times ahead for November and December. They're going to be good. They're going to be awesome. It's all going to work out perfectly. You've got your anchor keeping you safe. With love and blessings until next week. Take care. Right, so those of you who chose bundle 2, welcome, and let's see exactly what message comes through for you. So the cards that we're using today, I am using the Enchanted Map Oracle by Colette Baron Reid. I am using cards from the amazing Forest of Enchantment Tarot, which are just phenomenal cards. And today we are going to throw in my gorgeous charms as well. What I've done, and I'm going to start shuffling the oracle cards in the meantime. So what we're doing is we are setting the intention that this message be a message that you need to hear to ensure that we make the most of 2019. Today is the 1st of November, so we've got 2 months left of 2019, and we want to make sure that we achieve everything that we need to in this year, so we don't carry over anything into next year. So we're shuffling these cards, and there are some jumpers. You know me and my bad shuffling. We're shuffling these cards with the intention that the cards that come out, the cards that we look at, the cards that we receive, give us the guidance and the inspiration that we need for the balance of 2019. What can we expect? What do we need to be mindful of? What do we need to know for the balance of 2019? Right, so I am going to finish shuffling. I'm going to hold them, the backs of the cards. They are absolutely gorgeous. And I'm going to shuffle and take, not shuffle, fan them out and take one. And I'm going to take another one. So we have got 2 from the Oracle deck. And the first one we have, I haven't even looked at the second one yet, but how gorgeous is this? The Bone Collector. Let me see if I can put it center that you can see. I never know how to hold these things. Right, you got Bone Collector, and she is absolutely exquisite. Right, so my camera does not want to focus on Bone Collector. And I don't read the guidebook for Oracle decks. I always allow the image and the keyword at the bottom to trigger my intuition, really speaking, and to just go with what feels right. And what I get when I look at the Bone Collector, you know, the Bone Collector, she's the wise woman. She is me. She is you. She is somebody who notices and observes the signs and the synchronicities and the events happening around and reads from them, intuits from them whatever she needs. The second card that we've got, Solitude. So again, look at our Bone Collector. She's completely on her own. She's happy. She's content. Life is fabulous, okay? She needs nobody. She needs nothing. She's very happy with the life the way it is. So solitude is confirming that you don't need anybody else. All the answers that you seek are within. All the answers that you seek, everything that you're looking for can be found here within your heart and soul. So don't always go looking for it externally. Use what is around you, because that's what the Bone Collector does. She uses the tools that she already has. She uses what is around her to get to the answers that she's looking for. But she allows, whoopsie, wrong one, sorry. I did it again. Let me try that again. Right. She allows her solitude to be her guiding force. So I'm going to leave them here in front of me. I'm loving that. So clearly, those of you who chose bundle 2, the message for the balance of this year is that you don't need anybody else. You just need yourself, but you need to listen. You need to trust. You need to allow yourself to be your own guiding light. Don't rely on anybody else. Don't just wait for anybody else. Trust yourself. Okay, I'm shuffling the tarot, and we're going to draw some cards from this amazing tarot deck to continue with the message and to give us the details that we need around our message of trusting and believing in ourselves and relying only on us. Okay, so I need to show you the backs of these cards because they are just exquisite. Okay, so let's do that. I'm going to take one there. I'm going to take that one over there. And I want to just, I think, that one there. So I have my 3. The first one we have is the 6 of Boons. Just try and hold it that you can see the image. Look how gorgeous it is. So the story of this particular card is this lady is alone. She's got nobody. She's completely on her own. And the little rabbits that have found her, so she's curled up on the ground. You can see all the leaves around her. She's cold. She's lonely. She's miserable. She's hungry. Life is not great. But she's got all these little rabbits that have rallied around her to try and keep her warm. Can you see she even has, let me get my finger in the right place, she even doesn't even have shoes. She's completely on her own. So the rabbits are there to help her, to keep her warm, to let her feel safe, to let her feel protected. The next card that you have is the 2 of Visions, otherwise known as the 2 of Cups. And it's all about union with another person. So here we have alone. Here we have alone. You see how I'm smiling? Here we have solitude. So far, 3 cards are telling you about being alone, not relying on anybody, not needing anybody. But this card is telling you let me rephrase that, you want somebody. So as much as you don't need anybody else, as much as you are alone and being on your own is all you need. But sometimes it's nice to know that there's somebody in your corner. And you've got the Folly. So the Folly in traditional tarot is known as the Tower. And in the traditional tarot, the Tower is basically telling you your world is crumbling. Okay. So if I just look at all of these cards that are here in front of me, remembering our intention here and the message here is we're looking for what do we need to know to make the most out of 2019? What do we need to know about the rest of this year? And looking at these cards here, the Bone Collector is telling you you have the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding that you need. You don't need anybody else to tell you. You need to trust and listen to yourself. Solitude is also telling you, be the lighthouse. Be that person who is confident enough to stand on their own without relying and waiting on anybody else. The 6 of Boons is telling you that help is there. Help is there if you need it. You can see she hasn't even acknowledged the bunnies. She hasn't even acknowledged the warmth that is there for her, okay? So don't be so stubborn that you feel like you have to do everything on your own. Let people in. Let people into your space. 2 of Visions is telling you that other people are significant, and just because you bring somebody else in to help you, just because you accept the love, the help, and the guidance from somebody else, doesn't make you a weak person. Actually, if you have ideas and somebody else has ideas, we bring them together, miracles can happen. And then finally, we have got the Folly, which is telling you that sometimes we have to lose the top of our tower. Sometimes we have to have, let me see if I can point to it. Sometimes we have to have our tower, this one over here, I can't work backwards, completely break off to set all the birds free. So we have to have our tower completely crumble to set ourselves free. So you are alone in whatever it is that you're facing, in whatever it is that you're doing. You need to trust and believe in yourself. You need to realize that you have the answers that you need. Share that with another person. Share those answers with another person. Connect with another soul. Set yourself free. Don't hold on to things that aren't working for you. Don't hold on to things from the past that aren't working. Let's see if the charms can give us clarity and confirmation. So I'm going to give them a shuffle, and I'm going to grab one. And the one that I got is the tree. To me, the tree symbolizes nature, symbolizes earth, symbolizes healing, rejuvenation, and patience. Because trees don't grow overnight. They take time and they need to be loved. They need to be nurtured. They need to be taken care of. They need to have water. They need to have air. They need to have nutrients in the soil. They need to have everything in order to get full size and to bear fruit. But bear fruit they will. Okay. So don't feel too despondent. You may be feeling like you're alone, but you know what? You've got everything you need. You don't need anything more than what you already have. How do you make a success of 2019? By not waiting on anybody else, by realizing that you on your own is sufficient. Other people can help you, other people can guide you, people are there to assist you. You just need to notice it. But understand that sometimes we have to let go of whatever's not working in order for us to enjoy happiness and success that we so deserve. With love and blessings. Until next week, you take care. And for those of you who chose Bundle 3, welcome. Welcome to your message for today, the 1st of November. Today I am starting off with cards from the amazing Enchanted Map Oracle by Colette Baron Reid. We will also be using tarot from the amazing, gorgeous Forest of Enchantment tarot deck, and I am, just for good measure, I will be throwing in some charms as well. We're going to start off with the Oracle, and I have given them already quite a good shuffle, but just to keep shuffling while I explain to you what we're doing today. So we're setting the intention today that the message that you receive is what you need in order to complete 2019 off on a good note. So we only have 2 months left of 2019. We are 1st of November today, and 2019 is almost over, and we each want to make sure that we have a successful year, that we finish this off on a high note. So there's still time to make adjustments and changes. So today that is what we're asking the cards. This is what we're asking of Spirit, where I say to them, what do we need to do? What do we need to know to achieve everything that we need to achieve this year, so we leave no unfinished business? Okay, right. So from the Enchanted Map, from the Oracle, we're going to draw out, I like that one. And let's go and get one from here. I think that one's a good one. Let's see what we've got. Okay, so remembering these are going to give us the theme. This is going to give us, and if you know me, and I'm sure you all do if you're watching me now, I don't know the guidebook of all these oracle decks, and I never read the guidebooks. I allow the cards to talk to me and allow Spirit to talk to me and to give us what we need. So the first card we have is this dry desert. So dry desert, my interpretation of that is that maybe you're feeling like there's just nothing around you. Maybe you're feeling like there is nothing out there for you, that you are isolated and alone, and you're abandoned. There's nothing there. There's no hope. There's no anything. The other one that you've got, that's too cute. You got goblins. Okay, there we go. Is that quite clear? Can you see that? We've got goblins. So we've got the dry desert and we've got the goblins. So my interpretation of the goblins, what is a goblin? Goblins are cute little creatures that cause havoc, that cause chaos, that cause mayhem, cause trouble. You know, they stir the pot whenever you don't want the pot stirred, okay? So that is who the goblins are. And the dry desert is saying that you are feeling like you've got no support. And I'm saying support now because of the goblins, and the goblins are causing chaos, causing trouble around you, and you're feeling like you have to do everything on your own, okay? So that's quite an interesting, and how do we bring that through for 2019? So maybe it's telling you that you've been walking on the desert, because look at the footprints there. You've been walking for a very long time, and you feel like you're just getting nowhere slowly. And maybe it's because the goblins are causing trouble in your life. Maybe the goblins are the ones who are moving the goalposts, okay? So I'm going to now use the tarot, which is the Forest of Enchantment, and just look at the backs of these cards. Aren't they just exquisite? And we're going to ask for some detail and some clarity on this message. So we have the dry desert. We have the goblins who are causing chaos in our lives. How do we overcome this? How do we resolve this? How do we get through 2019 happily, successfully, and so that we can start 2020 off on a good note, so that we can start 2020 off having happiness, joy, and success in our hearts. Okay, right. So I have shuffled, and we're going to take, I like that one over there. Let's take that one over there. And because I like lots of cards, we'll take that one over there. So I haven't looked at them. I've just kept them together like that. The The first one you have is the Three of Boons. Just look at that. Can you see the goblin sitting up here? Can you see the goblin? Can you see all the little nunus and all the little creatures that are causing havoc? But what is the lady doing? Just look at the magic that she's putting into her bucket, into her bowl. Look at the magic that she's putting. What is she creating? What is she up to? And that's you. Even though you feel like you're walking the desert and you're going miles and miles and miles around and in square circles, as it's called, the goblins are with you. They're nervous, they're shy, they're hiding, they are probably causing trouble. But you know what? You are busy creating something, and be proud of what you have achieved. The next card that we have is the Enchanter's Wheel. I mean, it looks like a spider's web, but it is so weaved full of intricate details. I mean, there's keys hanging everywhere. There's bones, there's keys, there's mushrooms, there's so much magic and detail. I just wish the camera would focus on it so that you could see all of that. It is exquisite. So you're not alone. You've achieved so much. And then you've got the Two of Spells. And just look at that, reading what's called the Oghams. Okay, the Oghams. I think that's how you pronounce them, Oghams. Reading the Oghams and getting messages from twigs in the ground. So it's been a long year, okay? 2019 has been a long, hard year. And you felt like it's just been never ending. You've just had to keep going and keep going and keep going. And you're feeling exhausted, okay? You're feeling like, you know what, I can't actually do this anymore. And if you look in the picture, you can't see destination, all right? But there are people, circumstances, little goblins who are causing chaos in your world, okay? And it's not from a negative point of view. It's actually quite fun and lighthearted. So maybe you need to be a little bit fun and lighthearted. You need to realize that you have worked so hard. You have put your heart and soul and the magic into everything that you've done. You have done so well. So recognize your achievements. Recognize the intricacy and the detail of what you have done. But this spider's web, this Enchanter's Wheel that you have created has a purpose. It has a function. You've been so focused on making it that you have forgotten what its function is. You have forgotten the why. You have forgotten the reason. Okay. Realize that you have everything that you need. Everything is right there in front of you. You need to listen. You need to be paying attention. There are decisions to be made. You've got 2 months left. 2019, you've got November and December. Today it's the 1st of November. Time is running out on you, okay? You've only got 2 months left to arrive at the destination. Don't be so obsessed and focused on the gremlins that are causing havoc that all you want to do is catch them and put an end to them. Don't be so focused on them. Be aware that you have created, and I'm going to put these two together because I do think they go together quite well. You have created something beautiful. You have performed miracles. You have done so well. You have achieved so much. So don't give up. Don't feel like you're a failure. Don't feel like you haven't accomplished anything, because you actually have. But it is time to get the message. It is time to hear the call. It is time to take it seriously and to make the changes that are necessary. All right, let's see if the charms, I'm going to shuffle them and draw one. Let's see if they've got anything to add. Just going to draw one. I have a whole bunch. I only want one. And the charm that came out is the bird. Can you see it there? So it is a flying bird. And the significance of the fact that the bird is flying is telling you about movement. You're not standing still. You're not stagnant. There is movement. There is change. There is going from one to another. And I'm going to add the bird to the dry desert. So the bird is telling you that you are progressing. There is movement. There is success coming for you. Don't stand still. Don't be like this lady in the desert, and she's now standing still going, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. I feel like I'm walking and walking and never getting anywhere. The bird is telling you, just keep going. Just keep going. There is movement. You are flying. You are making progress. You are arriving at your destination. So friends, those of you who chose bundle 3, please know that for the balance of 2019, recognize all you have achieved. Recognize how far you have come. Recognize how much work you've put into it. Realize that you maybe have forgotten the reasons. You've maybe forgotten the why you started on the journey you started on. Where are you working towards? You are nearly there. Keep flying. Keep going. You are nearly there. With love and blessings from me to you. Take care.